So what I'm going to do is start off this webinar by sharing my screen here. So I want everyone to meet David. Now, some of you may be saying, who is David? No, not David from some stories you've heard in the past. But I want you to meet David because David is actually what I like to call the future of dual enrollment. Okay. So as you can see with the captions that David is a 9-year-old high school graduate, 9 years old. And at the time of this video, I believe he is almost nearing completion of his college coursework. Now, some of you may be thinking, how can a 9-year-old complete high school and already be almost done with college? Well, the answer is simple. It's dual enrollment credits. But the real answer to this question is what I like to call the 6 Ps. Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. I learned those 6 Ps all the way back in high school in ROTC from Chief Wise. Shout out to Chief Wise, wherever he is right now. But David is a 9-year-old graduate, and David was put on national news. If you Google his name, you'll see all the information about him. And what everyone was so astonished about was David being a 9-year-old high school graduate. But what they also were highlighting was that David was also currently enrolled in college. So if you can put two and two together, if a 9-year-old is already done with high school and is currently enrolled in college, they must be enrolled in some type of dual enrollment courses. We're not going to go into the deep details of this, but I want you to remember David. Remember David, okay? Because he is the future of dual enrollment. And throughout this presentation, I'm going to give you information that's going to help you understand why dual enrollment is going in the direction it's going and why you need to be highly, highly prepared for this new age of dual enrollment, college access, college admissions, just college success in general. So one of the biggest question is, what is dual enrollment? All right. Simple. It is a program that allows high school students to enroll in college level courses and earn college credit while still in high school. Now, I want you all to pay very close attention to the words that are in this description. Enroll in college level courses and earn college credit. Okay. It says you have to earn the credit while still in high school. It does not give any, you're going to get this degree or that degree. We're going to get into those details in some later trainings, but you have to be a high school student enrolled and then be also enrolled in a college course. If you're enrolled in both, you are then dual enrolled. Okay. And there's a lot of distinction between dual enrolled, dual credit, all these different terms that you may run across. So you have to be very mindful of the words that are being used because that may determine how your particular situation may be impacted. Some of the benefits of it's an opportunity to earn college credit before graduation. You get access to college level coursework, academic resources. It's an improved preparation for college level academics. I mean, if you're taking college courses early, you're going to be prepared more than others who haven't. You save money on college tuition costs, and of course, preparing for your future career. Okay. Now, why do colleges and universities offer dual enrollment? Like, what's the point? Why is the high school, the school district collaborating with the college and university around dual enrollment? Well, not only does it expand their outreach and increases enrollment, which is a good thing for a college, right? All colleges want to increase their enrollment, builds relationships with high school students and future students as well. It's like basically say, hey, you've already taken 2 classes, 5 classes, 10 classes here at this college. You might as well just go ahead and finish up since you're used to how we do things here. It helps diversify the demographics and the type of students who are enrolled in the school. Uh, it's also been proven, which I'm going to show you the data, to improve student outcomes. Those students who enroll in dual enrollment, early college, high school, have been shown, the research shows, do much better when it comes to graduation rates in comparison to their counterparts who may not have. And of course, they offer it because it aids in funding dollars for public colleges and universities. What many of you may not know is that the funding from the Department of Education, from the state, from multiple sources as it relates to funding, the more students, the more money, the more successful students, you can keep the money. Okay. That's a whole nother topic we're not going to get into because this is about the students, but understand that the schools, yes, they are nonprofit, most of them, but they all run as a business and they have key performance indicators and they have to hit certain metrics and goals in order to adhere to the necessary guidelines that they're following by for funding. Okay, so more students, the better for a college. So understand that there is a benefit for the college as well as the student, as well as the school district. It's we call it a triple win, the triumphant three. Okay, we'll just leave it at that for those who know. Why do school districts offer enrollment? Right, so the college offers it. Okay, just told you a few reasons, but why does the school district offer it? I mean, of course, academic achievement. Who would have guessed it? You want the best um, academic exposure for your students because school districts, just like colleges, graduation rate, uh, time to complete diplomas, degrees, all play a factor in funding. Each student provides funding for the school. A successful student, depending on the state, depending on the legislation, can provide additional funding with successful completion. Okay. Cost savings, we talked about that. Career exploration, of course, topics that may not be offered in the high school. So it just opens up a wider range of topics and industries for students through dual enrollment. And like I said, the data shows that the outcomes are much, much more improved and are above the average graduation rate when students participate in dual enrollment courses. So you may be thinking, all right, dual enrollment sounds good. I get it. I'm going to be in high school, but do I just sign up? Well, yes, and maybe no. So there's typically a minimum age requirement of 16 or older. But let me be very clear when I say this to you. I get tons of emails to run across my desk from parents and their students inquiring from as young as third grade about courses or pre-college courses that they can start to whether have students enroll in a course or take a free vocational course or workforce training type of course, which is non-credit. So although the minimum age is typically 16, most students are starting in sixth grade. Okay. So that is 12 years old, 13 years old. No longer is it 16 junior year, senior year of high school. That is no longer the case. I promise you, our homeschool students are in sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, all the way through high school. So if you're thinking about dual enrollment courses from back in the day and how the dual enrollment courses used to be, that's not how it is today. And come the next 5 to 10 years, there are going to be some significant changes. One is called the enrollment cliff. If you're not familiar with the enrollment cliff, I suggest you Google it. I'm not going to talk about it in this session, but the enrollment cliff is the main driver for a lot of these changes you're seeing, especially dual enrollment. All right. Number two, parental consent is typically required. That's pretty much a must have. You can't just have 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds sign up for college courses, not knowing who's going to pay the course back. All kind of issues can arise when the parent does not give consent. Number three, GPA requirement. I've seen as low as 2.0, but to be on the safe side, I would say if you have a 3.0 or higher, you're usually good. 2.5, some programs allow it. 2.0 or higher, you may have to take some what they call foundational courses in order to showcase that you are able to complete these college level courses first. Because you got to remember, as educators, our goal is to do no harm. All right. Our only goal is to help you, right? Like I'm on this stream right now to help, because what people don't know is that these changes that are here are going to affect and impact the next 5 to 10 years. And it's best that you know now in order to prepare accordingly. All right. Some other eligibility requirements, completing specific courses, approval from the high school counselor or the principal. If you're a homeschool student, your principal is your parent or guardian, whoever's your homeschool principal or director. When it comes, if you're coming from a high school, that would be your school counselor or the college readiness administrator, basically the person who helps your student in high school or middle school uh, prepare for college. All right. And of course, there may be associated fees. Most programs cover the tuition and cost for the program, but you have to make sure that they're covering everything. I've seen programs who pay for the tuition, but you as the student or the parent have to cover the fees and the textbooks. Okay. Some cover tuition and textbooks, but you got the fees. Some cover tuition fees and textbook, no cost at all. Those, of course, are the best programs that will help you save the most money. But even if, listen to me closely, even if there is a cost for dual enrollment courses, the cost between a college course as an undergraduate in comparison to a cost of a college course as a dual enrollment student is probably almost a 70 to 80% discount. So you could take a course after high school, say Business 101, and pay, let's just throw out $1,000, 1000. But you could take that same course as a dual enrollment student for, in some cases, less than $200. Okay. So would you rather less than $200 for a course, or would you prefer to pay $1,000 for a course? You could take the 200 or less course early, get it out the way, or you can wait until later and pay the $1,000 course. Which one do you choose? That's up to you. That's a personal decision, but it's just something to think about. So I talked to you earlier about the data that I was going to show you around dual enrollment, early college, college and high school students who take these courses while in high school, that the percentage of them enrolling in college immediately not only is higher than the national average, but also the success rate, the completion rate, everything is up. Because if a student already understands how college works, how grading works, how to touch base with the different support services, how to access the IT help desk when there's an issue with the learning management system, whatever the case may be. It's much easier to be successful in something that you have experience in. And that's what dual enrollment does for you. Okay. It gives you that head start, gives you that improved preparation. Okay. So don't think that the rigor is doing damage to your student, or you as the student, that you're going, no, you want to get in there and shake it up a little bit, do it what kind of like a taste test, right? You imagine you go to a buffet, you don't want to load up on the first thing that you see, and hey, you want to taste test a few little things, just to see what really works for you and how best you work within this college setting. But the data shows dual enrollment, remember, starting as early as sixth grade, remember that, starting in sixth grade all the way through 12th grade, the benefits show that it is above the natural national average when it comes to enrolling and also completion and success rates. So there's nothing but positivity when it comes to dual enrollment. Now, how dual enrollment impacts college readiness, of course, the coursework, the resources. But number three, where it says improve time management skills. When you have a college course, it forces you to improve your time management skills. It forces you to pay attention, because if you don't, you will inevitably not be as successful as you could be if you did focus on those areas. Excuse me, not those areas, but your time management in order to be successful. Like I spoke about, a smooth transition to college, smooth transition. Okay. It's going to be much easier no matter which school you go to. Say you start off at a community college, you can start off there. And as you start off at the community college, that experience will help you be better prepared for the next experience. All right. So don't take it for granted. People look at community colleges as if there's something wrong with them. But like I always tell the students I work with, the same business 101 is being taught at the community college as it is at the university. The only difference is what? Mainly the cost. Okay. The cost. The university costs $1,000. The community college costs maybe less than 200 as a dual enrollment student. Okay. So remember, I'm speaking from a dual enrollment perspective. So not only get it early, but you also save money too at the same time. So, how dual enrollment impacts career readiness? Okay. You get to explore careers that you may not have had access to. All right. There's multiple courses within uh, colleges and subjects that aren't available at high schools. I don't know of any high school that has every course available, every industry, but I can promise you this, that the college probably has a lot more readily available for a student to explore different careers. Because one thing I found out with working with students over these years is that if the career goal isn't what is being sought after, it's a little hard to stay motivated. All right. And what dual enrollment does, it gives you that exposure. You may be thinking you want to be an electrician. Well, why not take the intro course to your electrician certification while in high school? Because you then may find out after taking that course, you really don't like being an electrician or this industry as much as you thought you did now that you've taken the course. So not only will you still get the credit, but you will also get the actual experience. All right. Now, is that a good thing to take a course and not have that course be transferable somewhere else? That's a whole nother topic that we can dive deep into around how to select the best courses, because that is a key in order to be successful in college and obtaining your goals. Okay. But also professional development. You're going to learn how to email adults. You're going to be in classes with adults, which is why parent consent needs to be acknowledged, because you just don't want to have young children in there with adults, because we know how the world is. Professional development, increased employability. I have students who have graduated high school making over $80,000 because of the dual enrollment career path they have chosen. Okay. High school students, just fresh, not even 18. Okay. Not even 18 years old, making over $80,000 right after high school graduation because of the access to the certifications, to the tools, to the knowledge, to the professors, to the networking within the college. All right. So dual enrollment isn't all about credits. It's about also meeting people, networking, and positioning yourself when it comes to marketing yourself as someone who can be employed. Now, choosing the right dual enrollment, like I said before, this is a deep topic. This one slide could be like a week-long webinar. And the main thing you want to do is research available programs, determine the academic goals. You want to check accreditation. That is huge, because if they are not accredited by a regional governing body, okay, just Google the college you want to go to, dual enrollment, undergrad, whatever, and just type in the college name, accreditation, and the link should come up of what their status is. Okay. You also want to evaluate program structure. What are the class sizes? Are they doing college and high school? Are they doing early college, high school? Is it just plain old dual enrollment? Is it dual credit? Hmm. These are questions you must ask, because if you don't understand what you're putting yourself or your student into, you can possibly be setting them up for failure. And no one wants to do that. That's why I'm here right now. That's why I'm on this call, giving this information so that you can prepare yourself for success. Don't want to prepare yourself for failure. You always want to prepare for success. You want to make sure you take the possible things that may cause you to fail into account, but we're planning to be successful and be triumphant. Okay. Consider the costs, seek guidance. All right. That's why people like me are here. I take this stuff very personally, especially for underserved, low income students who don't have access to these type of to this type of information. Okay, I'm talking your Black students. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, I am here to provide this information so that you understand that if you want to go to college, there are ways to prepare yourself up now that you can save money and save time and get earlier into the workforce and start making some income. Okay. All right. And then the last thing, of course, is the student ready? If they got a 1.5, they may not be ready. You may be putting them in a position to be unsuccessful. And most colleges won't even allow you to enroll the student, usually if it's under a 2.0. From my experience, if it's above a 2.0, things can be worked out. But every student is its own unique situation. It has to be tailored to that student and what they are capable of doing and what their actual goals are. Because if their goals of being said expert in whatever industry is not at that college, you may not want to enroll them at that college. But that college more than likely has the foundational courses like English, history, social studies, math. Okay. Those might be best at that school. But then at this other school, you may be able to enroll in that specific career industry specific course. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. But just know this is a strategic, tactful process. This is not something you just pick a class, any class, and walk off. That's how you get messed up. Okay. All right. So now I know some of you are thinking, hey, dual enrollment, but my either my student is in AP courses or I plan for them to take AP courses. Well, what's the difference, Dr. Stubbs? I'm glad you asked. Well, the main difference is, well, there's a lot of differences, but some of the larger ones here are course selection, where dual enrollment has a variety of courses like I just spoke about, while AP courses have selected specific courses approved by the college board. Okay, the college board, they're just the body that um, high schools and colleges use as a bridge uh, to assess students' abilities and readiness. And so the AP exam is one of those, just like the SAT and the ACT, they do that as well. So College Board handles all that. You've probably heard of them. Course rigor, dual enrollment, okay, it's taught at the college level, typically a little bit more rigorous. And then AP is taught at the high school location, but at the college level. And why is it more rigorous, dual enrollment? Well, academic freedom at colleges is this little thing that basically says a professor can do whatever they want and create these assignments however they want, as long as these said learning objectives are being met. Okay. In the AP exam, or excuse me, courses, teachers have to teach specific items because those specific items are going to be on that exam. That is what is going to be on the exam. All right. There's no, well, maybe from chapter 2, they're going to pull it this semester, or maybe from chapter 6, they're going to pull it this semester. No, no, no. These are the topics. So the rigor can be a little different because there's not as much structure. It's a little more tailored to the professor, and that's due to academic freedom. Credit transfer, dual enrollment. Let's put it this way. If you take the AP courses and you don't pass with a passing score, which is usually a 3 or higher, you literally just took that course for the entire year and did not get any credit, college credit for it. Okay. Because you didn't pass the exam. However, with dual enrollment, you can earn your grade throughout the year, and throughout the year, your grade goes up, goes down. Okay. So that's one of the main benefits of dual enrollment. Of course, cost as well. Some AP exams have costs. Usually the districts pay for that. And same with dual enrollment. So cost is kind of one of those, it depends on what your district and school and agreement that your district has with their partnering college. And of course, access. Okay. There may be more access to AP courses. There may be more access to dual enrollment courses. This all depends on the district, depends on the funding, depends on the school size, depends on the school support staff, depends on a lot of factors. But access to it, the most important thing is awareness. And that is what I am bringing to you right now, is awareness of these beneficial, amazing programs that many students and families are not familiar with. Okay. I've been doing this for a decade plus. This is pretty much all I've been doing since as it relates to my professional career. I've done some other things here and there, but my steady Eddie has been college student affairs, college admission, being that bridge builder for students into the careers and lives that they want. Now, there are some challenges with dual enrollment. Okay. It's not all pretty. Hey, like everything in life, right? There are some challenges. And one of the big one is the eligibility requirements. You may know a student who is the brightest, smartest student you've ever met, but they may have a 1.8 because they're bored in class. Unfortunately, that student may not be able to get into dual enrollment courses. Okay. So there's a challenge with dual enrollment courses, as students are capable, but because they're bored, because they are so intelligent, they tend to not be informed or told about certain things because it looks like on paper they don't care about their academics. But really, typically what it is no one's talked to them about their career goals and provided a game plan for them to actually just follow. All right. And that's what I do. Basically, call it a playbook. All right. Collegesuccessplaybook.com. That's my website. And what we do is provide guidelines and outlines for students to follow in order to obtain the goals that they come up with, that we help them come up with. Okay. It's their goal, but we help them refine it and all that good stuff. Okay. There's scheduling conflicts, transportation. Sometimes you may have to go to the campus for a lab or for a course. Can you make it to that course? Can you take the bus? Will somebody take you? What if you're under 16? Are you just going to ride the bus to a college? Most colleges require, I think, I would say most are under 15, that if you're under 15 years old, you have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian while you're on the campus. We don't at the colleges want 13, 12-year olds running around unaccompanied, because this is a dangerous world we live in. Academic rigor. Okay. Sometimes it's a challenge for students, and they may get a grade that's not so good. Yes, that goes on their official transcript, but that's why you do the proper prior planning beforehand, so that you know and they know that what you're doing is exactly what they want to do, and it's going to help them save money and save time. But then there's also accountability on the student, the family, the school, the college, everyone, to make sure that student is supported. Cost, of course, depending on the school. And then the last piece here, number 6, uneven credit transfer policies. You've seen a few things about accreditation, transferring credits, things of that nature, but this is the biggest challenge of students that contact me. They contact me with the issue that Dr. Stubbs, I took all these courses, but they aren't transferring or counting towards the university. This is why it is important to do some proper prior planning as it relates to the courses you choose. Okay. We're not going to go into that deep here just due to time, but understand there's ways to avoid these challenges. The key is start early. Start early. All right. So just to kind of wrap it up, some key points to consider. Okay. Financial benefits of dual enrollment. Um, Understand eligibility. You have to meet the academic criteria. All right. Dual enrollment prepares students for college and careers. All right. There are challenges that come up and issues that do come up. All right. And when it comes to resources, like, hey, Dr. Stubbs, where can I get some more information? On the next slide here, I'm going to show you a couple of resources, just here on the slide. But there's tons of resources, but you always want to start with your high school counselor, school counselor office. Reach out to the district, contact their college readiness director. There's somebody that oversees career readiness, college readiness. Talk with them, get some more insight about what options are within your districts, because maybe what's at your current school may not be what you as the student or your student who you're calling for may not actually want to participate in. It may be at the school going the other way. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And last but not least, like I said, the resources, counselors, college and university websites, they usually have a dual enrollment web page. State departments of education are some great resources. The National Alliance of Concurrent Enrollment Partnerships. This is just a professional organization for students and educators and families just to learn more. It's something that we currently are members of where I work. It's a great resource. They have very valuable tools. College Board. I mentioned College Board earlier, but they have a lot of great resources, mainly around AP. But they do have college readiness indicators that you can access as well. And then, of course, the ACT, SAT, that's all kind of within the College Board. And then the federal student aid site, studentaid.gov. All right. When it comes to financial aid for college. But this session that I just covered with you here today is around dual enrollment. All right. You should not be tapping into your student aid for dual enrollment. All right. That's after you graduate high school if you need it. But if you take some of the information I spoke to you today about, understand that if you do have to take out financial aid, you won't have to take out as much as others who may not have been aware of these benefits for dual enrollment. If you're a parent, a guardian, and your child is anywhere between the ages of 10 years old to 20 years old, let's just say if they're in middle school, about to go to middle school, or are still in college, look into dual enrollment. This is going to be a valuable resource if you want to go to college. Okay. So if you want to get pointed in the right direction, reach out to me. I do provide free consultations. Okay. You can call or text me at area code 561 377 2226. So you can see here, I provide many services from admissions applications, college and career planning, just all the above, everything related to college access, college success. I can get you to and through college if that's what you want to do. If you want to go and you want to be successful, uh, give me a call, text me, leave a voicemail if I don't answer. All right. And also, you can connect with me on social, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn,